The year was 1996. The internet was a wild, untamed frontier. Most people were still getting used to the screeching sound of a dial-up modem. But for a generation of gamers, something revolutionary was happening. It was called mplayer.com. This wasn't just a website, it was a destination. It was a digital arcade where you could play your favorite PC games against anyone, anywhere. Before mPlayer, multiplayer gaming often meant hauling your heavy computer to a friend's house for a LAN party. It was a hassle. mPlayer changed all of that. It promised to connect the world's gamers through a single, easy-to-use service, and for a glorious time, it delivered on that promise completely. mPlayer wasn't the first online gaming service. Others existed, like Kaylee and 10. But mPlayer did something different. It focused on the user experience. It made things simple. The interface was clean and intuitive, even for the time. You launched the software and a world of games opened up. You could see lobbies for titles like Quake, Command & Conquer, and Diablo. Finding a match was a matter of clicks. No more messing with complicated IP addresses or network settings. What truly made mPlayer unforgettable wasn't just the games, it was the people. The service was one of the first to integrate voice chat directly into its platform. This was a game changer. Suddenly, you weren't just playing against a nameless, faceless opponent. You could hear them. You could hear their cheers, their groans, their taunts. It added a human element that was completely missing from other online experiences. The platform was designed to be a social hub from the ground up. Every player had a profile. You could add friends to a buddy list, a feature that is standard today, but was revolutionary back then. You could see when your friends were online and what games they were playing. You could join their matches with a single click. The chat lobbies were constantly buzzing with activity. People weren't just there to play, they were there to hang out. They talked about games, school, movies, and life. It was a digital third place, a home away from home for a generation of kids and young adults who found their tribe online. This social infrastructure gave rise to something special: clans. mPlayer became the breeding ground for some of the earliest competitive gaming teams. Clans would form, create their own websites, design logos, and practice relentlessly. They scheduled matches against other clans, fighting for bragging rights and a spot on the leaderboards. mPlayer's built-in ranking and ladder systems gave these competitions legitimacy. It wasn't just about playing for fun anymore. It was about being the best. This was the primordial soup from which the world of esports would eventually emerge. But the internet was changing, and it was changing fast. The late 1990s saw the rise of high-speed internet. Dial-up was on its way out, and broadband was in. This was both a blessing and a curse for mPlayer. On one hand, faster connections meant smoother gameplay and better voice quality. On the other hand, it fundamentally changed the landscape. With high-speed internet, game developers no longer needed a third-party service like mPlayer to handle their online multiplayer. They could build their own matchmaking services directly into their games. This shift was epitomized by a new wave of games. Titles like Unreal Tournament and Quake 3 Arena arrived with their own slick built-in server browsers. Why launch a separate application like mPlayer when you could find a match directly from the game's main menu? The convenience that had once been mPlayer's greatest strength was now being offered by the games themselves. mPlayer's core value proposition was eroding, and it was eroding quickly. The platform that had once felt essential was starting to feel like an unnecessary extra step. The company saw the writing on the wall. It tried to adapt. It rebranded. mPlayer was acquired by a company called HearMe, which then changed its name to mplayer.com Inc. They tried to pivot from being just a gaming service to a broader entertainment portal. They added things like online game shows and more casual web-based games. The end came in 2001. After a series of financial struggles and strategic missteps, the company was acquired by GameSpy, one of its chief rivals. GameSpy was known for its own server browsing software and was better positioned for the new era of online gaming. For a brief period, the two services coexisted, but the writing was on the wall. The decision was made to shut down the original mPlayer service. The servers went dark, the lobbies fell silent. For the community, it was a devastating blow. The shutdown was swift. One day, the service was there. The next, it was gone. The vibrant community that had spent years building friendships, rivalries, and clans was scattered to the winds. Players tried to reconnect on forums and through other services like GameSpy Arcade or Roger Wilco, but it was never the same. The unique chemistry of mPlayer was lost forever. The mplayer.com domain was later sold and passed through several hands, at one point becoming a portal for casual web games, a shadow of its former self. To new generations of gamers, the name mPlayer means nothing. It's a relic of a bygone internet, a footnote in the history of online gaming. Yet for those who remember, mPlayer remains a cherished memory. It represents a golden age of discovery and connection. It was more than just software. It was a cultural moment. It was the place where many of us first experienced the magic of playing with people from around the world. It taught us how to cooperate, how to compete, and how to communicate online. It laid the groundwork for everything that came after, from Xbox Live to Discord. mPlayer may be gone, but its spirit lives on in every online match we play and every new friend we make through a headset. It was the original digital playground, and it will not be forgotten.